SHI NO NUMA around 10,000. Now I would be saying this dude is an absolute loser that should touch grass and socialize like a regular human being since he is putting an introvert to shame, but this map does have hellhounds. Yay.
Everybody has the right to their own opinion, but I think the way you say and show your opinion can make your opinion good or very bad. And like you saw earlier, this man has some very hot takes. I understand if you dislike SHI NO NUMA. Me, myself, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of SHI NO NUMA. For me, it's like a C, maybe low B tier kind of map for me. And if you love it or hate it, I don't really care. But if you dog on people for liking this map, like he did in this video, I don't think that's the best way to do it. And for the record, do not send this guy any hate. Watch some of his videos, and he's made way better videos than this one. I think this one was just done in really poor taste, and we'll be reacting it, so let's get right into it.
SHI NO NUMA is not quite the most entertaining map to ever hit the face of zombies. The setting is in a jungle of a Japanese research facility.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, maybe I'm a nerd about Call of Duty Zombies, but at least when you review a map, at least know what the name means in a different language. SHI NO NUMA is Japanese for Swamp of Death. I'm sorry, but it is nowhere near what a jungle looks like. The name is Swamp, and it looks like a swamp. I don't know why you called it the jungle, maybe it was an honest mistake. I'm gonna give you the benefit of doubt in this one, man, but that is a very bad first point.
Any map Treyarch has had to offer before the Vanguard era, of course, in my opinion. I think one of the biggest reasons there is for this map is that it's insanely bland. Let me elaborate. Let's use Noct for example, okay? Noct is small, but simple. It's compact, there is a tight space, but because of that, it's what makes it quite a nice map. Some people have different reasons on that map though, simply just because it's the first zombies map and holds some nostalgia. Move on to SHI NO NUMA, it's just this. Fog, trees, and that's it.
I understand where you're coming from, but you can't really dish SHI NO NUMA that badly for being kind of ugly and grey because it's a swamp at the end of the day. Yes, I can see how it's a bit ugly and the mist is a bit annoying, but let's just remember this game came out in 2008. That is almost 15 years old. It is an old game. It's not going to look that bright and colourful. And yes, you can argue the other maps have better atmospheres. I would say that Front has the best atmosphere out of all the maps in Call of Duty Zombies. I have a video on it. You should 100% go check it out. But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from this point, but at the end of the day, it is a swamp, so it's not going to look the most bright and colourful map ever.
Nothing else. I mean, shit, Noct is more detailed with down planes and fire and antenna towers, and things just look a lot more creepy. Anyway, before I went on a little rant about detail, unlike Noct being simple and compact, SHI NO NUMA is simple but huge. You add empty space to such a simple concept, and it's just not something you would be wanting to play when compared to something like Noct or even Kino.
Okay, I can kind of see your argument here, but at the same time, it's a really bad argument. In the map SHI NO NUMA, as you can see on the screen, there is 5 main areas. There's a main hut, the fishing hut, the storage hut, the comms room, and the doctor's quarters. In all 5 of those areas, there is a couple of mystery box locations, wall buys, perks. In all of those locations, there are also traps in some of those locations. I genuinely believe that SHI NO NUMA has one of the best map layouts in Zombies. It has the main area, the main hut, and then the 4 branching out areas. It all flows in really well together for 4 players in your game. Everybody can have their own area, or you can have a couple people in one area. It just works really well. I can kind of see where you're coming from in this argument, but at the same time, not really.
Looking back at my statement, I probably should have provided a better example to compare SHI NO to, like Baruch or something, but it is what it is. So besides the fog, the trees, and the buildings, the map really has nothing else to offer aesthetic-wise. But I'll tell you one thing it does offer, the most annoying ever, the mud. I'll tell you what, this mud is worse than damn Origins.
Serious?
Sorry, but no, I have partially agreed with some of your points up to this point, but this one absolutely not. There is mud around the map, and yeah, it can be annoying when you go into it, but you have to really go out of your way to go in the mud. There is always a way around it. The only place that you could possibly argue is the storage hut, but other than that, every single area is super hard to go into the mud. The only time that I go into the mud is if I'm pressured into it by zombies. Unlike Origins, where it's all around the map, and it does get annoying in Origins, but it does make sense for mud to be in Origins because it's in the World War I era, and it also makes sense for there to be mud in a swamp. This is a very bad point, man.
Now, a lot of people also complain about the perk system, which I kind of understand that shit is kind of annoying, but at the same time, I did say on Nuketown, at the very most, it's all about RNG, so I'm not going to be bothered about that, even though it kind of does piss me off that Jug isn't my first perk when it arrives.
Not really too much to say here. I pretty much agree with him as well here. I think the RNG can be annoying when you don't get Jug first, but it isn't honestly too bad.
Now, there isn't really any Easter eggs, rather just a little simple secret, which is that big-ass meteor of Element 115. Yay. However, this map does have Hellhounds. yay. And then you got the good old wonder weapon, the good old Wonder Wasp, which is yippee, I guess.
Okay, I can totally understand being sick of Hellhounds and the Wanderlust by now because Treyarch just keeps on using them. Seriously guys, make some new bosses. But when they came out, they were original, they were fresh, and for me, Hellhounds were actually really good in World at War because they weren't too easy, but they weren't too hard, but they were still scary. I remember the first time I ever versed Dogged, and they scared the crap out of me.
Guess we could talk about the trains or something? Oh wait, there's like two. Most common one is right in front of the flogger, and the other one's in a hut called like comms room or something, but mostly everyone chills at the flogger. The only interesting thing about this map is the flogger, as a matter of fact. I mean, like, you turn that shit on and the zombies go flying. Now, unlike a lot of people, I give little to shit about a corpse launch and seeing bodies fly in a stupid way in a random direction, but other than that, all you have is the electric traps and a lift that gets you over the mud.
I can understand how interest might be a bit subjective, but really nothing interesting at all. Not the fact that we got Hellhounds for the first time, not the fact that we got the Wonderwolf for the first time, not the fact that we got the cast for the first time. Really nothing interesting at all.
Even though this map is like hot dog water, it most certainly has an S-tier Easter egg song. Oh, here's another thing about this map. There is a fine line between the World at War and Black Ops 1 version of SHI NO NUMA. Just two simple little words. The rounds. Look, if you know me on my channel, if you don't subscribe, but if you are, then you know me as a sort of impatient man. You do not see me rocking round 50 in the titles of my streams when I go live and play a zombies map. Simply because I ain't got no time for that, and I don't care about going to 50. I'm a traditionalist. Round 30, I'll call it quits. World at War rounds. I don't think I need to say this, but I'm going to in order to prolong the time of this video. Because the zombie rounds cap at a certain small amount of zombies, the rounds end quickly. Just look at this. Look at this at round 10,000. Now, I would be saying this dude is an absolute loser that should touch grass and socialize like a regular human being since he is putting an introvert to shame, but I can't. It takes like 20 minutes to get to round 50. This guy probably just played for 2 hours and...
And here we get to the main reason why I made this video. I thought this part of the video was done in such poor taste and I thought it was really rude, man. All you have to say is, hey, I'm not a big fan of high rounds, but if you are, that's cool. Me personally, I kind of agree with you. I'm not the biggest fan of high rounds. I've only gotten to round 100 once, and that was on SHI NO NUMA. I actually got to round 1000, and I really enjoyed it. See, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to bash the community that does like it. For all the high rounders out there, I hope you guys enjoy it. It just personally isn't my cup of tea, and I'm just going to give props the credit because he deserves it. He didn't just get to round 10,000, he got to round 1142. He has the world record for every single World at War map. I love this guy, and props if you're watching this. I love you, man, and I love your videos. But yeah, this is basically where this guy just derails into trash talking the high round community. This is about where the video ends, but I will be linking the video that he made in the description and in the pinned comment by me, so you guys can check out the video. Please do not send him any hate. I just want you guys to check out the video so you guys can see that I gave him a fair point and I didn't cut out parts. If some parts did seem a bit scuffed, I did try to cut out all the swear words he did because I try to keep my videos as clean as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Consider subscribing. Let me know what you guys think on high round. Let me know what you think on SHI NO NUMA. Do you like it? Hate it? But above all else, guys, have a good one.